Just a boy, Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am. But right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song.
Hello, Star Wars fans. You know, there are just 300 days until Christmas 2023. Oh boy. And a special shout out today. It's my youngest daughter's birthday. Kayla, happy birthday. 22 years old today. It's very exciting. And her future is starting. She's got a new job lined out over in Kansas City. And they'll be moving out there soon. She gets to do all the adulting things. Go out for her first real job. She's turning 22. Everything's great. She's doing a great job. Really, really proud of the woman she's becoming and everything that she is doing in her life. So happy birthday, Kayla. And also, we've got a little bit of show note for tomorrow. Many of you know my wife has eye surgery tomorrow. And that's at 6:30 a.m. our time, Eastern, U.S. So I will not be live streaming the watch party at 7:30 tomorrow morning. I'll be doing that at this time. Tomorrow, we'll watch Mandalorian Season 3. Of course, you all will have seen it. You've been talking about it for hours. You'll already know all the things. But I'm going to try to stay away from that as much as possible. Oh, it's going to be tough because you guys will be blowing me up on Discord and all the socials. I just have to try to stay away from that. Be present with my wife as she's going through surgery. And then we'll come back here. We'll watch Mandalorian Season 3 about this time tomorrow. And then later in the afternoon, we'll go ahead and watch the Bad Batch. Just get a little bit of a break in between. So we set up 2 different live streams and all of that. So watch for all of that tomorrow. And there you go. That's all of that stuff. I see a lot of you guys in the chat. Thank you so much. And my friend Meg is with us. We're waiting on Jason. But Meg, hello.
Hello, Santa. How are you?
I'm great. On a scale of 1 to 10 of excitement for Mandalorian Season 3, where would you put yourself on that scale today?
I'm a 10. I'm a 10 out of 10 on that one.
You're always a 10, Meg. You're a 10 in my book.
Thank you, Santa. No, I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a good episode. I think it's going to set up the season. I can't say much, but I do roughly know the plot, and it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know a little bit, right? I don't know all of the things. I know a little bit of the things. Mike Porter, there's the answer we're looking for. 100 out of 10. That's the right answer, Mike Porter. Yeah, RF Gaming. You know you'll be in the waiting room and you can watch party on your phone. Well, that'd be rude to the other people in the waiting room. We might have a crowd around my phone. I don't know. No, we'll wait for that. Sheaves, it's over 9,000. No, I know roughly the plot of it essentially, and I know that there's some disappointment over the rumored runtime. I don't have a high confidence in that runtime, but I think it's going to be a ballpark, like a 35-minute ballpark. So just to set the expectation, look, if we wake up in the morning and it's 54 minutes, who's going to be mad at that? All right. but if you set the expectation that it's going to be 50 minutes and it comes in at 35, then that's not good. So yeah, I'm very, very hyped. I'm with all of you. I'm as hyped for Mando season 3 as you can get. I'm super excited for it. And there's some things that have come out just today about it. I saw it first come out last night as I was going to bed. Our friend Bespin Bulletin posted an article, and then I saw it make its way around today. The future of Cara Dune. Where's Cara Dune in this universe, and what's going on with her? It's a question a lot of fans are saying. Are they going to address it? How are they going to address it? Is she dead? Is she busy? What's going on? She's washing her hair. I don't know. So, Meg, you covered it in your video today.
I did.
You want to give us a brief on that?
I mean, Dave Filoni and Rick Famuyiwa were very clever to give like press non-answers, but Filoni answered it perfectly. I think he said she was an important character to Din, which she is, whether you like the actress or not. And she continues to be, which says to me they have a plan to either explain where she is or in the future recast, which I'm absolutely happy with. If they want to keep Cara Dune going, I thought she was a good character. Recast someone else, move forward, have 1 or 2 seasons, and it'll just be another recasting situation, which we've seen time and time again in television. Another Aunt Viv situation. So I think the character could do a lot going forward, and it sounds as though Dave Filoni has a lot of respect for the character, and he said that he spoke with Jon Favreau in depth about how they should address that. So I think that's going to be interesting. I think we will get our answer tomorrow, because we have a. I shouldn't say, but
No, don't.
I won't say. I won't say.
Yeah. I suspect we've talked about it before. I suspect they're not going to say anything. There's plenty of episodes, and I just rewatched, and Sheev's been doing a big watch party rewatch of Mandalorian season 1, season 2, and Book of Boba Fett. He's been running that over on his channel. Super hyped up for all of that. He's been doing a great job. But I was rewatching it as well, and Cara Dune is an important character in those seasons. She is definitely part of the main cast, not a throwaway character at all. And there are plenty of episodes that she's not in, and we don't have to address where she isn't when she's not in the episode. There's lots of episodes that set a precedent for that. So I would just expect them just to carry on just like any other episode, except we're going to have a season. And you know what? We're only going to visit. We know they're going to visit Navarro. Yeah, at least once, 2 or 3 times, maybe. I think we've deduced they'll be there at least twice. And I just don't think they'll talk about it. And then we'll move on to Mandalore. We've got the main storyline with Katie Sackhoff, Bo-Katan, and we're just not gonna address it. And like you said, maybe a season or 2 down the road, or in a spin-off series, something else, we'll get Cara Dune, and whether that's oops.
I don't know what happened then.
And I was going. I don't know what happened. We got struck by mentioning Cara Dune. I don't know. No, I think that we will see Cara Dune again. As Dave and John said, she is an important character. In any rewatch of season 1, season 2, you see that. And will it be Gina Carano? Will it be a different actress? Who knows? If I were to bet money today, I would go the direction Meg said and say they'll just recast. We've had different actresses as Mon Mothma. We've had different actors as
Anakin,
or as Dumbledore, right? We've seen different actresses in series or actors in series. You go all the way back to like Bewitched and had a different Darren. So look, it can happen. I would fully expect that we'll get different actress, or perhaps enough time will pass and things will change. And Gina,
I think what
will
you
be-
said and what Dave said is absolutely spot on. Some people take it too far either way. You have some fans saying she was basically the main character. I've seen a few videos where people are basically saying that Gina Carano being let go was the worst thing to happen to the show. And then on the other end, you have people saying she didn't matter. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle where, as you say, rewatch season 1 and 2, Gina Carano's character matters. And I'm with also Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, who, when I asked him about it, said, it is the elephant in the room. It is something that you'd think as a creative, they'd want to at least address. Because for those fans, and there are so many out there who don't know what happened in real life with the controversy, to them, they're like, where's that one woman who was Mando's ally?
Exactly. So I think we'll get it sometime. Sheev says she could be killed off screen. I don't think that'll happen. It just from the interview, I think they're thinking about how to bring her back at a future point. And look, I agree with KG as well. I'm not a big fan of the recasting, but it happens all the time. Not my Dumbledore. Like I liked, but when the actor dies, you got to replace him. They moved on, and they didn't pretend like it was the same guy. It was the same character, but they didn't even try to make it look like the same guy. One of my favorite shows, my wife and I really love, is Last Man Standing, and they recast one of the daughters in it after the first season. So, look.
I suspect a lot of fans who don't want the recast, I suspect they kind of liked Gina Carano.
Yeah.
Personally, as someone who, not surprised anyone, doesn't, I'm fine with a recast. In fact, I encourage it.
Yeah. So that's enough of that. We have the first episode coming tonight, and we've seen all of the teaser trailers. We've seen the previews, the little TV spots. We've seen all of that. And if you were to guess, and I know we know some things, but just based on deducing where is Jason, Chris Spreezy? What'd you do to Jason? Spreezy, you got to go wake him up. We were chatting with him earlier today. Meg and I, we were interacting with him. And then I don't know what happened. He's probably out at Taco Bell, getting a taco for breakfast. I don't know. Where's Jason? But
I don't know where Jason is. He's
don't know.
offline.
Yeah. Maybe he's taking the kiddos to school. I don't know. Yeah. There you go. Meg just pinged him. We'll see if he shows up. Jason went to see the manager. If you were to guess tonight, do you think that we'll get the recap? Like, there was the recap that is out there. It kind of summarizes season 1, season 2, Book of Boba Fett, all of that. Do you think the recap will be before the episode starts? Or they'll kind of blend in a recap in the story?
I can't answer that, Santa. Because I know the answer. So I can, pretend I don't know. I'll say, I think that's a good idea. I think they should.
I think they should. I think they will. They'll do one of those two things. There will
I
be
think
a
we
recap.
can guarantee. I think we can guarantee that just like the Kenobi show did that montage with the prequels, we'll get a similar thing that they put on the YouTube channel called Recap, and it's just 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, 1, 2, and Boba summarized.
Yep. It'll be it's on every show you ever watch. There's a recap, and then it starts. Even Star Wars streaming shows. There's a little recap at the beginning. They play a little montage. In we go. I think that's exactly what's going to happen tonight. We get the recap, montage. And if I were to bet on it, I'd say it's the same one we've seen. Maybe it won't be, but it's going to be similar at minimum. So that'll happen. So all the complaints about, well, nobody's going to know why Grogu is back with Din. Yeah, they'll know. They'll know. And fact of the matter, they already know. But for the handful of folks who don't, that'll happen, and that'll be the thing, right? Miss Sunflower, hello. She says, Favreau says there's a time jump from Book of Boba Fett. Do we know how much time? You know, I have not heard the time. Have you?
I have not heard at all. Even the bits and bobs I've heard of tomorrow's episode, I have no idea how much time. It's kind of implied, I would assume, to be like a couple of weeks. I don't think it's enormous.
Yeah, I don't think it's years. Let's put it that way. Sam and Kay are saying a year.
No way.
Yeah, I don't think it's that far.
No way. I don't know why people are saying a year.
Yeah, I don't.
Because Jon Favreau wasn't like, this is a new stage in their life. He was like, they've been back together a bit longer now. That's it.
Well, let's
and that
talk
could
about
be maximum 5 months.
Yeah, let's talk about where we left off, right? And why would this much time pass, or why would a whole year pass, or how could it pass? When we left in Book of Boba Fett, we know Grogu came back to Din, and there was the little dust up there with the daimyo, and Grogu tamed the Rancor. They had a little nappy nap in the street. And that's basically where we left off, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to pick back up on this quest for Din to be redeemed in the living waters of Mandalore. He's got to go get baptized in the living waters of Mandalore to be redeemed as a Mando. I mean, how long has he planned for this? How long is he just hanging out on Tatooine or whatever, doing the odd jobs with towing along Grogu? I don't think it's that long.
I don't either.
Don't. To me, it's got to be. Kay says it's that's what they said in interviews. I don't think they said a year, though, did they, Kay? I think they said there's been a time jump. Ooh, somebody peeled out.
But here's the thing. If it's a year, that makes me very excited for the sequel connection with Snoke.
Oh, because you think it could be...
Yeah, I think they've advanced that. And if you remember, Giancarlo Esposito in Canada a few months ago said, there's more Imperials in this show. It's not just him. It's not just Pershing and Katie O'Brien's character. But who knows, maybe Ray Sloane, maybe some other warlords who are helping him or working against him. I think that side of the show, to me, is just everything. I think that's the most exciting part for me.
Oh, and Sam mentions the interview with Katie Sackhoff. I posted it on all of our Discords yesterday, mine, yours, and Jason's. It's a wonderful interview. Katie Sackhoff's just a brilliant person. I think most, if not all, fans just love her, and that she's Bo-Katan in both animation and live action is perfect, and she's such a fan of Star Wars to begin with. She's a fan of the character. She's kind of dove into the background and the motivations and all that for the character. She really owns it, being Bo-Katan, and the interview that she did was great. And I think that, and we've talked about it, she's going to have a strong presence in season 3. There was early discussion that Bo and Din were going to be adversaries throughout the season. What do you take of that?
Bo and Din are going to start off a bit rocky, but Pedro Pascal said yesterday they work it out. It'll be fine. I've seen some people mention Thrawn. I will say this right now. Thrawn has absolutely nothing to do with this story.
Right.
Nothing. Absolutely zilch. And the Imperial stuff with Gideon and the cloning thing and possibly others is one motive. And what Thrawn is trying to achieve with Morgan Elsbeth and Ray Stevenson is completely separate. They don't have the same idea of what they want.
Yeah. And if you also, we've talked with Jason about this quite a bit. The speculation, at least, is that the Ahsoka series is going to take us to Thrawn. And in that series, it could be parallel with season 2 of Mando running up through season 3 of Mando. So we're liable at the end of Ahsoka to be at the same place we are at the end of Mando 3. Not exactly sure on that, but the beginning of Ahsoka should be overlapping with season 2. And Thrawn and Ahsoka will address Thrawn. I don't think we'll see Thrawn at all. I don't think there'll be any mention of him. If there's even any hint of him, it'll be in the finale.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. That's the best place.
Yeah. That boy Steve, how's Papa Claus doing? My dad is recovering. Thanks, Steve. We have a problem right now where Medicare is not approved his additional rehab on his shoulder. He's supposed to get like 4 months of rehab on his shoulder, and he only got a month and a half. So they're going back to Medicare to say, hey, he's not done. Can you approve some more rehab so that he can get the physical therapy he needs? So thanks for asking. Vader's lair. He says post-credit Thrawn. Maybe.
I just don't see how he fits into the season apart from, as you say, at the end. Because when Carson Teva says there's something dangerous going on out there and it'll be too late by time, whatever the quote is,
yes,
he's not talking about Thrawn, because Skeleton Crew explores the British are coming type of idea of this threat.
Yeah.
That doesn't have an overlap with what the Remnant is doing to overthrow the New Republic. And so I think Gideon's aim is to advance the weaponry that Mon Mothma is refusing to use for their side. And with that comes the side experiments of trying to revive the dead Emperor. So it's kind of like the Dark Empire series of comics, where
Brilliant.
all of the stuff that happens is away from the view of our heroes until it's too late.
Hey, Jason's back. He revived.
And just to address Sheev, the reason Thrawn was mentioned in season 2 is connected to the Night Sister idea in Ahsoka. You know how Dave Filoni throws something into a Clone Wars episode and it doesn't get addressed for 2 seasons? That's the same thing with Mando 2 and the Ahsoka show in chapter 13.
Yeah, and we should address this again too. In your interview with Carson, he did give us one little reveal, and I don't think it's a big spoiler in any way, because advertise previews, commercials, they all do this for movies, TV shows. When he says there's something bigger coming, it in the clip you see in the trailer, it looks like he's talking to somebody he's not talking to, right?
Exactly, because they cut to Din, but it's not Din he's talking to.
Right.
And he didn't want to tell me. He didn't want to tell me who the person is.
Right. So Paul did tell us he's not talking to Din. We know that, and that's not a huge surprise. They do that in trailers all the time to misdirect you. But I think he could be talking to Mon Mothma.
I think so. I think it's a possibility. It's a good guess.
I think so. It's just fan math there, but I think it could be anybody. We
Could
just
be
don't
Trapper
know for sure.
Wolf.
It could be exactly, um, or Grief Karga. You know, we don't know. So we'll find out when it comes through there. Yeah, Mumbo Jimbo. Love Meg saying the British are coming reference. I did too. I was like, that was awesome. We have a Brit saying the British are coming. That happened on my show last week, last Thursday. We had a
Oh,
British
yeah.
takeover. It was completely overrun with the
That's true.
Brits. That was great.
We had Jed, we had Martin, we had Mark, we had me.
Yes.
Everyone's name starts with an M. I did just think of something. I found a really good reason that Cara Dune might not appear. Someone might have found out that she let Migs Mayfeld go unlawfully after the incident on Morak. So maybe she's dealing with some lawsuits or something.
Or you know, she's being incarcerated herself for a short time. You know. Sheev sends us a $2 super chat. Thank you, Sheev. Appreciate that. He said, big reveal in episode 1. Who do you guys think it'll be?
Oh. Okay, so my reasoning is they've got to make this a good episode. It's like the first one back after 3 years almost, aside from the Book of Boba Fett. I definitely think it's either Gideon waking up in prison or Bo-Katan looking out the window. I would love if it's something bigger.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think so. There's a couple things. I saw Sheev say he thinks that they'll go back to Luke, just to see, hey, why is Grogu here? He's not really all that conversational, and I'm glad he came back. But what's the dealio? That's Sheev's theory.
There's
I don't
one
think
massive
so.
reason that's wrong. They would not use Luke sparingly. Sorry, they would only use Luke sparingly in situations that call for him, because even bringing him into the Book of Boba Fett was like something they really debated on how to do, just because of the cost factor. So I don't think you're going to see Luke in the first
don't either.
episode.
I don't even know we'll see him at all in the season. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, probably Ahsoka.
Maybe Ahsoka, but I'm not even convinced.
Sorry, I mean
of that.
probably in Ahsoka, like Luke will appear in Ahsoka.
In Ahsoka. Yeah. I'm with you there. Right. Sabine. That would be interesting. Not sure.
I would love that.
I would love it as well. There's a strong connection there. Just trying to timeline work it out in my head. We know that the scene at the end of Rebels, the famous scene of Sabine standing there at the wall and Ahsoka the White comes up. That's going to happen in Ahsoka. Has it already happened? And are Ahsoka and Sabine already, as we mentioned, Jason's kind of told us there's an overlap in Mando 2 and Ahsoka. At least that's his theory. If they are dealing with Thrawn and Ezra and all of that, Sabine's not going to be around because she's with Ahsoka. But I would love for them to show up. I don't know in what capacity. I think that all the speculation comes because there was chatter around what's going to be the big thing in Mandalorian season 3 that gets the same sort of hype that Luke in season 2 did. What's going to set the internet ablaze? What's going to be that thing?
I think it's going to be someone from Rebels. I do think they're going to do something with the Rebels characters before Ahsoka. I know some fans think they'll save Sabine for Ahsoka, but to me, personally, Sabine makes a lot of sense in season 3. Because from what we saw in the Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka's search for Ezra with Sabine is not linear. They take a few detours, they go to a few places, they hang out here and there. So I think Sabine could take some time off while Ahsoka's off somewhere to be like, look, I'm the one who gave Bo-Katan the Darksaber. She's lost confidence in herself. Remember Sabine's character. Remember her personality. Remember what she's like as a person. She's not just, cool helmet and an artist, a graffiti artist. She's got an amazing heart. She was one of the characters that was the most human in that show. I think she's going to be like, look, Bo-Katan's lost her confidence. She needs someone to remind her, see in her what I saw when I gave her the Darksaber. So I'm going to give her that confidence and root for her in that process of uniting Mandalore. So that's how I see Sabine playing into the season. Because then you could have her in Ahsoka searching for Ezra, a separate mission.
Very good. How about our Debbie Downer, Jason Ward? Tell us why none of that.
Did you guys start at 9 today? I thought you guys were starting at 9:30 every week now. So I was like,
there's a story.
Nobody told me. I was like, yeah. I'm like doing laundry. I'm not even kidding. I was like, yeah, I'll be there. Cool.
My new project started up, and so I got taken off the interim project, so I don't have to go to the interim project meeting that goes until noon, so I can start this at noon, and
nice.
I'm free again. I'm
free at last.
Dobby is free. So why is everything Meg said wrong, Jason?
It just is. I don't know what she actually said because I kind of came in the middle of it.
Just giving you a hard time.
I was basically saying that Sabine should appear in season 3 to give Bo-Katan the confidence that she had in her the first time she gave her the Darksaber.
I say it robs Ahsoka of the actual true introduction of Sabine, and then you need to bridge the shows later. So when they meet after, then it gives a second chance to reveal anything. That's what I think they'll do, anyways.
I don't think so, Jason. Think of it this way: there are so many eyeballs on Mando season 3. It's the best place to market the next show.
Yeah,
with the post credit scene.
And just so folks know, every time we get great fan theories and we just get super excited about an idea, Jason takes our idea, he just wads it up, makes it and throws it straight in the trash. It's like, you're wrong. And we're like, Jason?
And I'm right. I'm never right, so don't listen to me.
Jason, how's your friend Molly doing?
I don't know. She's probably asterisking things up.
When you say Molly, do you mean like his recreational
like,
drug
woo,
use?
we're partying.
I mean the Molly that types Jason's name with asterisks because it's a potential trigger warning for some people.
Right.
Obsession
What's up, dude?
Celebrates 10 months of membership. Thank you so much.
10
Obsession.
years of membership. Wow.
10 years.
Months with an
Santa was hate watching Revenge of the Sith back in the day on YouTube. Actually, no, YouTube's only been around since 2006.
Did you see Mandalorian Foundlings in the Mando season 3 trailer? We did. I think we have. And,
I broke it down.
Can't wait to see tonight's episode. Hope all's well. Have fun. Thank you so much. And I saw another comment up in here. I'll have to go find it. But Sabersmith says TRB predicted seeing Han Solo in season 3. I don't know about that. Yeah.
Nah, they have only 8 episodes. There's only so much you can put in those.
Yeah, I don't see that.
I mean, I guess I don't think it's going to happen, but I could see something like the Republic intervenes at some point, and if the Republic did intervene, like when the Mandos are all fighting Gideon's forces, like at the end, and then there's something that sways the battle, and it's like the Republic forces, then you could have Han Solo, the Millennium Falcon, show up, for instance. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Jason's going to say I'm wrong, but I think Han Solo would be perfect for Skeleton Crew.
Why do you say that? Because he's like a teacher now?
Because every time I bring up that someone's going to be in Skeleton Crew, you're like, nah.
Nah.
I would have heard about it. Nah.
No, I mean, Skeleton Crew could have a lot going on with it, And I had heard bad things about Skeleton Crew, like from people that were just not pleased about the production, but we're starting to hear good things, for what it's worth. Like good
Do you
things.
remember when Jude Law said there were some characters that made him completely geek out on set? I wonder
Yeah.
if he meant Ahsoka. Because,
Jude Law doesn't know who Ahsoka is. He's old.
no, yeah, true. He's
He's
like,
old.
who's this not Shark Tea woman?
He's
Which was
he's
my
out
first
there.
instinct.
Yeah, he's out there like Star Wars is making new stuff, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I'm super good looking, dating hot models and stuff." Probably that's just my guess, though. He probably doesn't. But
So-
when I looked into that quote when it came out, and like I was more on the side if he was just talking about like he saw like a hammerhead and he knew what that was, that kind of stuff. Like from when he saw Star Wars originally, just seeing those things. That's kind of how I took the quote, but.
Jason, that's huge. I love hammerheads.
There's all kinds of hammerheads and Greedos and snaggleteeth
You mean Rhodians and Ithorians?
and squid heads,
Wait,
walrus
who's that?
men. No walrus women though. They're not that woke.
Brian Stone says Cad Bane helps Mando. I would love to get confirmation Cad Bane lives and then troll Sheev for the rest of the season. So I need Cad Bane in episode 1, like just randomly in a scene for no reason, just so that I control Sheev for the entire season. I need that to happen. And then
Why would Cad Bane help Mando?
I don't know.
And
I
for
don't
what
care.
exactly?
Like just pan across the desert and there's Cad Bane. I don't care. Put him in there. I just
Just because I have problems with your friend doesn't mean I have to have beef with you. I mean, yeah. Cat is surprisingly adult about all this.
I need that now. Though I think we could see, all seriousness, I think we could see our other Westerner on Tatooine. Oh shoot, I just lost his name.
On the Cobb Vanth?
Cobb Vanth. Cobb Vanth. What do you think? Could Cobb Vanth appear when we see Din on Tatooine?
I bet you the Tatooine scene's like 5 seconds long. It's just Din going, getting some parts, taking R5 and being like, bye-bye.
I think it'll just
And the fireworks on Mos Espa.
Yeah, I think it'll just be Din and Pelimoto. He'll go there. Hey, I need an astromech droid because we've got to go places. There are things that we got to do. We need a navigation to hyperspace. So could you retrofit that back in there, please? And she'll make some jokes, and then and that'll be in, and that'll be that.
I saw people talking in Meg's Discord about R5 being like pre-war. Did they say that, or was that just speculation? I saw like it like in passing, and I was like, I don't understand this. But was there like a quote with Peleimoto saying that R5 is pre-war, or was that just somebody speculating like facts?
Do you mean pre the Clone Wars?
They just said pre-war. That was like in the
pre-war.
Yeah.
I think that would be accurate.
Well, it is accurate because I mean, obviously he's around, like he's old, right?
Mm-hmm.
But does Peleimoto say that in a new spot I didn't see or something?
No, she doesn't. All she says about R5 is R5, get over here, and she always like berates him for being too slow.
Okay.
I never remember her saying, or did she? She might have said it actually. That rings a bell in season 2.
Okay.
She said a passing comment about him when she shows Din the map of Mos Pelgo.
Yeah, she calls the N1 pre-war and says like that's an advantage. It doesn't have basically doesn't have tags. It's not registered. So it's like, he but I don't know if she said that about R5, but that would be an interesting like reason to have R5 as opposed to just something more convenient.
Oh, got a generous super chat from Obsession again. It says Sabine trains Din just like Kanan and Ezra trained her. The best part is Sabine still has Ezra's lightsaber. They could train like Kanan trained her. Ooh, I love all those words, Obsession. I love
this
every
has been a
single
very
word.
popular fan theory for the last year.
Yeah, I love it.
I think it's very possible.
I just don't think it's going to happen. I would love that to happen. It would be brilliant. And as Meg, you said, how better to introduce a spin-off series than put it in the one that's going to get all the attention around the world, right? Like, if you're going to promote another series, this is the place to promote it. And if you could introduce the Sabine into it in some way that makes sense. See, that's the problem I have is like, yeah, sure, that's going to get all of us excited. But a person's like, who's the tie-dye girl? I don't get it. What's this all about? You know? But, you know, who knows?
I mean, you can explain it quite easily.
I think so. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know, will they? Right?
Well, here's a suggestion for you, Santa. We've had like no backstory to Fennec Shand, but do you like her as a character?
Love her.
So what if in like 5 years they explain all about her backstory? You can absolutely love a character without knowing too much about them, and then later learning about them. So fans who see her for the first time in Mando or Ahsoka can go watch Rebels and find out about Sabine. And also Forces of Destiny, such a slept-on series.
Fan gesture for the win. Can't wait for Book of Boba Fett Season 2 tonight.
It's actually the Book of Boba Fett Season 1.5.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love that. So tonight, you think, and Ashiv asked the question, we're going to see Tatooine tonight, or we have to wait for Tatooine?
See, this is my dilemma. I know some aspects of the first episode that don't make sense if he doesn't go to Tatooine first, but that's just me theorizing. Because he shakes Grief's hand with R5. And that can't happen unless he's already got R5.
Yeah, the R5 thing is the big like order mystery, and it's probably something so stupid when we see it. We're going to be like, how did we not understand this? Looking back, you know, once we see the episodes, it'll be so obvious probably. But
do you think they'll introduce Christopher Lloyd's character this early?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think that's probably more towards the back end. That's like one of the things about this like season though, with what we think we know, is there's so many characters. Like when we talk about any character that we know from some other thing, it's like Cobb Vanth or something, right? He's been in most of the seasons so far, right? But why would it? Or he's been in the show two of the shows, and it's like, why wouldn't he show up in this one? But look at how much there is to like do, and how many characters that there are that relate to the Mandalorian's primary story this time, and that's why I'm a little bit like, I don't know if we're gonna get like an Ahsoka Tano preview. I don't know if we need or a cameo or and when we have 50,000 Mandos, do we need Sabine? And and stuff like that, when you have all of these characters that you need to introduce, and the politics of the Mandalorian stuff. I mean, it's totally possible. I have no idea, but I can't get my mind into that space for those things on this season. It's so weird.
I get it.
It's less freeform.
I'm just playing. Let's see.
You got even closer.
$20 super chat. My goodness, Nerd Mafia. Thank you so much for that. Serious question. Well, it's partially serious. I could see. I recently got kicked off my school basketball team. Thank you for that.
Right.
I am getting 4 teeth pulled today.
Oh.
Or he's staying up late and calling off work tomorrow. Which two are facts? And any advice about the basketball? So which two are facts? So I'm going strong on he's calling off work tomorrow. That's happening. And he's definitely being kicked off his basketball team because he mentions it twice. And I'm calling off work tomorrow as well, but I'm calling off for like my wife's surgery, and then the secondary benefit is that I'm off for the Mando show. But
don't lie, you scheduled the surgery knowing that you're like, how about
I don't have that. I don't have that kind of pull.
No,
but So I'm going with the calling off work tomorrow. That's happening. I'm calling off. We know Meg's job is to watch, so she's not calling off. She's going to be doing a breakdown. Meg's working tomorrow.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's my mum's birthday as well.
Oh,
Your mom's birthday tomorrow.
I'm
Mama
taking her
Mega.
out.
That's fantastic.
Mega
So
Mama.
Kayla's birthday today. Meg's mom's birthday tomorrow. Or mum, as she likes to say.
Yes.
And Meg's
And then
anniversary
it's
is on my
Jason's
mom's
birthday the day after.
No,
Yes.
no. Your anniversary is on my mom's birthday.
My what?
Your anniversary with your girlfriend is on my mom's birthday.
What day's your mum's birthday? Because I can't remember my anniversary.
Well, you said it was August 27th. That's what you said it was one day.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. It is. Thanks. I forgot. That's so convenient. You have no idea. I might just
I'll
message
help you
you
out.
that day.
I'll help you out this year. I'll be like, hey,
Oh, that's hilarious. Which are you going with the lie in Nerd Mafia Super Chat?
it's the basketball team, obviously.
Yeah,
Obviously.
it's a basketball team.
He wouldn't get kicked off. He's like 8 feet tall.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Best derail of the show. Yes, I know. I'm trying to think. What were we talking about before he sent that $20 super chat in? Now I'm like completely off topic. No, we know we've got to get to Navarro twice. We know that because we see Din on Navarro with the N1 and the Grogu hatch. We see him clearly. He's landing, and Grief Karga comes up, and Grogu waves at him, and all of that. And there's another scene where we see R5 on Navarro. So unless R5 just happens to be tooling around Navarro for no good reason, he's going to have to come back after the N1 is not modified with R5 as the astromech droid. So as far as timeline works out, we're at Navarro, and for some reason, hey, I got to go back.
What if it goes? We start off on Navarro, and like with Mando landing there, they're saying hi. They kind of catch up. They go to leave to go to Tatooine to get R5. But after they get there, they get the call that the pirates have tracked them down. And he's like, pirates are here to get you. The pirates are after you. And he's like, we got to deal with this. So then they go back to Navarro with backup, wipe out the pirates, then go to, you know what I mean, meet the armor and all that stuff, and go on from there. Maybe that's how it goes. I don't know. Kind of makes sense, but
Yeah, I think we get a recap and a visit to Navarro. That's all I know for tonight.
because we know the armor is there because she hits the squid head. Remember? Bong.
Oh, the Koran. Is that what you've been calling Squid Head? I was trying to
Yeah.
figure that one out.
Yeah, it's a squid head.
Squid.
That's what the figure's called. Just because they changed it, it's called an AT-AT as far as I'm concerned.
Jason,
Yeah,
do you
me
know
too.
the whole story of the blue and the red snaggletooth?
You're talking about the Snaggle Truth?
I think so. No?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Well, the blue one was like ultra rare and is worth like
Oh,
tens of
yeah.
thousands.
No, it's worth
Yeah.
worth about $300. I had a really nice one because like the boots are silver, and like when kids would play with it, they would get all scraped up. So I actually got one in the bag, and people hate me, but I opened it in the bag, so I had like a perfect one. But
Nice.
yeah, I sold that shit though. Straight cash.
Another question that I've been meaning to bring up because I know Meg is wrong on this,
Mhm.
and I just have to bring it up because Jason and I both agree, and Meg just is in denial. She just refuses to accept the truth.
Is this the Grogu thing?
Yeah,
You're wrong.
totally-
I'm so
Yep.
he's-
Yep. Is Meg
He's not
wrong?
talking.
Yep.
Grogu's not talking in the trailer.
this is how you know we're like BFFs because Meg knows exactly what I'm talking about, and I haven't said a thing about it. And, like the three of us know exactly what I'm talking about, and I didn't even say what it was. No, Grogu is talking. He's talking.
Yeah,
he says, he does. He says at least 2 words. He says hello, and he says yep.
He doesn't say yep. He squeaks. He does like a baby sound.
And when
It may
he
have been
gets in
like
the
a
mech,
hiccup.
when he gets in the mech, he goes big. So
No, he doesn't.
yes, he does.
Well, okay, why would he say that word?
Because he's big now.
He's what?
Because he's big now. When he gets in the mech, he's big, and he says big.
He doesn't say big.
He says big.
And he doesn't say yep either. He just makes like a squeaky baby sound. Like, I don't think it's that deep, because why would they have him say yep
He
in the
also
trailer?
he says woke, and he says nope.
Jason,
Okay,
he's
you're
not
messing with
helping.
me.
You're not helping your case when you.
Okay, yeah.
But he does say hello.
He
I
does
clearly.
not say hello.
He certainly does.
Okay, Santa, I was once at a football game,
Oh,
and
no.
someone next to me farted, and it sounded like they were saying something.
It was you.
It wasn't me. I was sat next to that person. The reason I know
Did
that
you smell it? Did you smell it? Because whoever smelled it
freezing
dealt it.
cold and there was a wind. I didn't smell it. My point is this. I don't even remember my point, but Grogu doesn't say yep.
He says hello. Clearly says hello. You can hear it right in the trailer. He says hello. It's happening.
I'm wondering if you're both messing with me.
No,
We're not. We're not.
No.
It's there. You need to get
clearly-
out. Like we need to do like an audio analysis of this, Meg, because it's important.
It's important.
He's talking now. He's 5. He's 5 years old now, and he couldn't talk because he was experimented on, but now he's starting to talk.
Paula
I
Ren
think
is right, by the way. I do agree with that. That's one thing I can agree with. When
What's
Grogu does say his first word, it's going to be Meg.
Meg,
Actually, now that I think of it, that little yep sound was Meg.
I think it was egg. Egg.
You know what? If you pause it at the 45-second mark, he says, the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities, some considered to be unnatural.
unnatural. Yeah.
But you can't actually hear it because, as you
Yeah.
say, I did some audio treatment and
Sound mix. Yeah.
Oh,
That David
Vader's
Collins
like-
guy getting all wacky.
You're completely wrong, Jason. He says
Bix.
Bix. He says- yeah. When Grogu does speak, we're totally doing "We told you so," Meg. That's happening.
but he's not going to speak in this season, even if he makes a few sounds that you. Okay, I'll tell you this. You know, in
Spoken
season
twice,
2,
Meg. Spoken
in
twice.
season 2, he kept saying Patu. I was convinced he was saying Batu as like an advert for Galaxy's Edge. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, you're wrong.
Classic
no, I'm not wrong.
Meg.
That's what
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying.
say
like,
classic Meg right there. Right there.
I'm
That's
not wrong.
some
That's
classic Meg.
literally what he says. He says Batu because he's trying to get people to get that in his head, because that's like, go to Batu. You want to buy our merch and build yourself a droid.
Yeah.
Subliminal messaging is what you're saying.
He doesn't
was
say
saying-
yet.
He was saying octo for where Luke is. No.
Can we check the trailer? Can we click on that trailer?
I heard him say Raid Shadow Legends with a coupon code.
No, that's at the end of The Rise of Skywalker. He says, she says, I'm Rey, Raid Shadow Legends. How else do you think JJ was able to get that budget?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Let me find the trailer. Which one is it where you hear him say "yep"?
You should know.
Well, I know he says hello.
He says it in that last TV spot, like the newest one that was on American Idol, Randy Jackson's American Idol. I think it's on that one.
You know, Randy Jackson is the bassist of Journey now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
could start-
recommended like the stay-at-home sessions from the lockdown,
Mm.
and they did Don't Stop Believing. I was like, that guy looks familiar, and then he's lost all this weight. I don't know
Yeah.
where I'm going with it, but it was good.
It's like a deflated Randy Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah,
right there.
like Simon Cowell looks weird now.
Okay, I think I found the "yep." Jason,
Okay.
correct me
Okay.
if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But I think I found the "yep." Let's see. Let's share this. I'm gonna have to include the audio, so
Yep.
you guys, we're gonna get the.
Here we go.
You're gonna get the.
Yeah, bro.
echo.
All right, bro.
Is this it?
We are
This
the
is it?
world. We are the
Okay.
children.
All right, get ready for the echo effect, but we're gonna let this play here for just a little bit. Yeah. There it was right there.
That is
Yep.
not a yep. No way.
Yep.
Yep.
You know that phenomenon when you look at clouds and you start to see shapes?
Pareidolia.
It's the same thing.
And I played him saying hello to you. You heard that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If Santa can hear yep in that, he'll have no issue understanding screamo music.
I'm just saying.
Hey, his next intro is probably going to be screamo. To be fair, with
That's
the way
true.
it's going, it's
The closed captions, someone asked what's the closed captions? The closed captions say, Star Wars Santa, you're wrong.
the closed captions are just generated by YouTube, and on those ones, they're so like it says it has like lots of funny errors and stuff. It's not like the official ones like we got for Andor that had like the character names and stuff. These ones aren't like that. I checked to see if we can actually confirm it already. No go.
I agree. And one of the errors they say is yep.
It doesn't even say yep. It doesn't.
It
It
should,
doesn't
'cause it's an
acknowledge
error.
Grogu. It doesn't acknowledge him. It's Grogu races. So species.
I'm looking up the hello. I've got to find it. I played
Yo,
it for
sup?
you guys. I played it for you on like a repeat so you could clearly hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Brian Stone is right. The closed captions say, go stay at the Halcyon.
let's see. I think he says, there it is. Found it. Found it.
Okay.
He got you, Meg. He got you.
It's
Well, let's find out. Let's see if he really says hello.
He does. He does. It's. Oops. Wrong button. Wrong.
This guy.
I know. What am I gonna do? Here we go. Share this. We gotta get ready for the echo is coming back. All right. So here we go.
May the force,
Oh.
may the force be with.
Oh. Back up more.
May the force be.
Come on.
May,
There it is.
That's just a baby squeaking.
may the force. May, may the force be with you.
That is not a hello. I'm sorry. You're crazy.
I do kind of feel like when you watch those like really like fake ghost shows and they like start hearing sounds on audio recordings and they're like, it clearly says Scott Baggins or whatever that guy's name is. You're like, no, it didn't say that. But that it does sound like he says hello though. It does have like the syllable.
gosh.
It does have the syllable beats, but I'm not convinced he's saying hello.
100%. He says hello.
He doesn't say hello.
I don't see how you can't hear hello. It's clearly hello. It's as clear as day.
I think it's no. I do think it's going to be a baby talk hello in the end though. I mean, look at the context of the moment and everything. It's a baby talk hello.
It is.
Okay, that's a better argument. If you want to interpret it as a baby hello,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't hear hello.
What do you hear? Yellow?
Yeah.
Are you saying yellow like ice in Spanish, or yellow as in yellow the color in English?
Like in the color or whatever. I mean,
See,
cello.
I took it a different way. I heard cello.
Cello.
We'll find out.
We will.
If they
We
want
will.
Grogu to talk, they'll make it more obvious.
Do you guys think everything from this ad is from the first episode? So we'll probably find out tonight.
No, it'll probably be from the first like 3 or 4.
Hmm.
But they'll do
Yeah.
that thing where beyond the halfway point, it's all just a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's happening. Oh, and I saw Don ask earlier, have we done the predictions? The link to the predictions for Mando season 3, episode 1 is in the description. It's on Discord, it's on YouTube, it's on Patreon, and it's on Facebook, and it's on Twitter. All the places. So when our friend Nerd Mafia forgets to do his predictions, he has no excuse. Because I've got both of them out there. I've got Mando season 3 episode 1 and Bad Batch season 2, episode 11. So both of those are up. You can put your predictions in. Vader's Lair is in the running for the season. He's on the season leaderboard. Switch this over. So you guys can participate by just playing the game. We'll see.
Is Steve right? This is just another case of the blue dress scenario where it's like, is the dress blue or is it gold? You know what I say? I say it's a hoodie.
Of course you did. I think he says hello. I think he's going to speak, and it's undeniable. But we'll see. We shall see. Anything else before we switch over to the Bad Batch? Because we do have I think, an exciting Bad Batch episode coming tonight. But season 3 of Mandalore. Anything else? We've had a lot of fun talking about it. Bad Batch season 2, episode 11. Again, Meg kind of covered this in her story today, but Jennifer Corbett sent out a bit of a teaser tweet, and it had a dude from Marvel Comics in there with the big old red skull face, right? So it's called Red Skull. Red Skull. He said, "Chop off one head, 2 more appear." What's he talking about? What's that old Red Skull talking about? And why does that have to do with the Bad Batch?
No one will ever know.
Well, I think we do.
I think it's a beast.
I think.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I'm looking up homes on Zillow.
That was
Jason.
That was
Sorry.
a lot to handle.
Jason.
I tried. Okay? I give it my best. It's the Bad Batch. It gets in my head. Gets me mad.
I think
You know
there's a
what?
literal
Grogu
meaning to
is
it.
saying Zillow, not hello.
Zillow.
I think he's saying hello. Look. We need a new bad guy. Rampart's dead. He's gone. Rampart's out of the picture. There's going to be a new bad guy. And so you cut off the head. You cut off Rampart. 2 more appear. Another bad guy. I think this is replacing Rampart with another bad guy. And I think we're due for another creature episode. You know, they fight creatures from time to time. I'm going to say this is a good bet that there's going to be, for those of you who do the predictions game, I would go with the creature episode, that they fight or wrestle with a creature. I would go with that one. But the chop off a head, 2 more appear, I think is clearly referring to get another bad guy to replace Rampart.
Is it Gideon?
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
That'd be such a good tie-in on the same day as Mando.
It would. It would. I've not heard if Gideon is in it or not, but that would be a great tie-in. Great. Yeah. So what do you think? Bad Batch. Metamorphasis. Metamorphasis is tonight. What's going to metamorphose from the butterfly or from the caterpillar into the butterfly? What is the metamorphosis?
Is this episode with Crosshair? Just the Crosshair one?
No, that's next week.
That's next week. Yeah, I don't know. Then it's too hard. The titles suck too much.
I reckon the Metamorphosis is a new stage of the Empire. From Rampart to someone else.
I've been
Is
speculating.
Rampart that important though? I mean, like
I think so.
He's dead.
He was like the main guy.
That's why I cut off the head. You get 2 more. The metamorphosis, I think, is more about the Bad Batch, or perhaps Omega, turning into more of a mature character. Not sure about that. That's where my head is.
I bet you she's exactly the same. The next episode, exactly.
Well, I think that this episode, I've had a bit of a debate with my friend a Magic Maker on this. What is the underlying story of the season? And I think Jason is something that you've been complaining about. Like we don't seem to.
No, I complained about it in the first 4 episodes. Then I was like, and then at like 5 episodes, and they're like, oh, this season's about stormtroopers and clones. That's all that it's about, and that's all it's going to be. In the end, you're going to see it's going to be stormtroopers. They're just going to announce stormtroopers at the end. That's fine. It's what it is. But it's just like it's the. I don't like when people go, oh, everything's filler. Everything's filler. I didn't understand it. But I do understand this one, and it just took them 5 episodes to say what the point was and what the hero wanted, and like that's what I think. I think good writing, with good writing, you know what the characters want, you know what they're after, and what their problem is, and that's why, like with Fennec Shand earlier, I had to keep it to myself, but I was like, yeah, Fennec Shand's not a really well written character because we don't know what she wants, what she's looking for, what she's doing. She's just there, and it's like, and now we know, but Omega's future is sort of revenge based to like some degree, but where is it avenging, where is it revenging, and with like what happens to her home and what the Empire is doing and all that kind of jazz. But it's like the Bad Batch and how they see the rise of stormtroopers and the shutting down of the clone trooper program entirely, and how they, and I think that the characters will realize, oh, we were disposable to them, not to the Republic that we destroyed, but to the Empire. They don't need us. They're gonna, and then we're gonna see, I think, the rise of the Death Trooper program, and in that, I think that we're gonna see the rise of we're gonna see Crosshair loses his autonomy, I think, as when he's forced to become a Death Trooper, and then I think that in the big scope of things, we see the Death Troopers become those robots in Mando at the end. I think that's going to be like the lineage from Crosshair to Death Troopers to those Dark Troopers at the end of Mando that are completely just robots with no person inside.
Interesting. I think the underlying theme of the season is changing from being a squad to being a family, and we've seen this repeatedly through the season as a thread. We're family. We're more than just a squad, and we're seeing that begin to take place throughout the batch. Like Omega started that way at the end of season 1 with Crosshair, you're my brother, right? And then we get into season 2, and in these last few episodes, we've been seeing more of a familiar bond rather than we're just a squad doing another mission. Like that's where we started in the episode you love so much, Jason, episode 9, when they're running from cave to cave. In that episode, Omega's complaining a bit like Tech doesn't seem to care that they've lost Echo. Like, and he's taken an attitude of, or their ship, right? He's taken an attitude, oh, ships come and go, squad members come and go. And she said, but we're more than just a squad, right? So I think we're seeing that transformation in this season of becoming a family unit. But that's my take. Omega, no, Mihan.
Mihan.
What do you think for this season?
I don't know. I don't know where it's going. I like Jason's ideas. I think that's more logical than what a lot of people have been saying. My brain's just completely Mandalorian at the moment. To me, season 2 of Bad Batch ended.
Well, I think
I think you're right. I think you're right, Sam. I think like what you're saying is inherently right. I just don't think it's going to matter. It's going to be like, we're a family, and it's like, and then it's like, but then the rest of the show will do that every 4 episodes. Oh, well, I'm sad, and then we're a family, and then they're just going to like reinforce family values the whole time and do that thing, and it won't really matter to the meta story. You know,
I think it ties into something you said though about avenging whatever. Like if your brother was harmed by, say, the Empire, you need to avenge your brother. That there's some message in that.
My hope
there's
is
some
that
motivation, character motivation.
yeah, my hope is that we end up with a Crosshair RoboCop story where he gets like switched on like next season, and he's like, I am a death trooper, and then he starts to like, kind of like try to, then he has to actually like defeat the programming in the, because if they go with that kind of story, it means like he Order 66 happens, he doesn't participate necessarily like in the classical sense of how most of the clones do, but then he really buys in, but he has to overcome the programming at some point. So I if the character's going to like win, if the character's going to defeat evil or his evil. And so I kind of hope they go that way with them, like a RoboCop kind of story. And then I don't know if he would live or die at that point, but there would be a pretty big cost. And that's where that idea of we're a family and stuff, that's where it would probably come rope back in and actually matter, because then they would need to actually save him and forgive him. That's my big hope.
He had to head out. Thank you for hanging out with us, Brian. Yeah, I don't know. I see where you're saying, but I don't think that Crosshair is under influence of programming. I think that's just his personality. He's a jerk. And
he's in the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
When I say programming, that's what I mean. Like he's
indoctrination. Yes.
Good soldiers follow orders. He believes that stuff, and he's like, and the other guys are like, they kind of got over that element of it.
Yeah,
and I think for him
being undoctrinated.
Yeah, I think he's gonna rebel. I think he's gonna actually but it's gonna be too late.
Yeah, I love it. I think the end of Bad Batch season 2 is going to get a lot of people who have been waiting for things to happen are going to be pleased. From everything I've heard, from what I'm aware of coming, I think that this is the episode that's going to start us down a very exciting path. And while Mandalorian is sucking all the oxygen out of the room, and it's certainly going to be leading all the discussions of the Star Wars content creators, Bad Batch is not going to go to sleep on us. I think it's going to deliver hugely up.
If we get to 15 and 16, and it's just we have the big event and the stormtroopers are unveiled, it's going to be an important moment in terms of the Star Wars macro story. It will be notable. But I don't know if it's going to be like, oh my God, I saw the first day of stormtroopers. And I'm going to double down on that being the actual big moment, because when they did the stormtrooper moment where they Palpatine announces it, they didn't play the Imperial March. I think they're saving it for 15 or 16 when they do it. That's my take.
Babu, big review. I think it means what are those?
Babu Frick?
Babu Frick. Yeah, Babu Frick. Yeah. No, I do think we may see the Andor and what are those called?
Antolins.
Antolin. Yeah, I think we may see them tonight.
Yeah, it's Rick Famuyiwa's episode tonight, and I don't know if you saw my video, but Carl Weathers tells a really funny story about how difficult it was filming scenes with them, because they were through a tiny little door and he needed Rick to mouth him the lines so he remembered them. Because when you're doing puppets, you don't always remember what they're saying in their language because you have it written out for you in the script. So
I see. Yeah.
He had to go off Rick's words to kind of understand where they were in the script, which is quite funny.
It is very funny. It's very funny. There was something else I saw in the chat. Let's see. I'll just scroll back. Obsession. It's all about how Rex's life got flipped upside down. Take a minute. Sit right there and let me tell you the story of Captain Rex. It's a story that the clones wouldn't tell you. I don't know.
That's to the beat of the Fresh Prince, in case you don't know.
No, I didn't.
This is a story all about how Rex's life got flipped, turned upside down. So take a minute, sit right back, and let them tell you the story of Captain Rex. That kind of doesn't work at the end, but fair enough. But fair enough. I follow you, Obsession. I know what you're saying.
Instead of DJ Jazzy Jeff, it should be DJ Omega Meg.
Star Wars Politics says he was rewatching Mando, and how did Bo know exactly where Ahsoka was?
Oh yeah, because she's like, you'll find her on the city of Caledon on the moon of Corvus or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Because that's where I left her after I ravaged her. What?
I was gonna say that confirms Ahsoka Tan.
I didn't think that they're in regular communication with one another. So
They talk all the time. Just like, hey, what's up, girl?
Yeah.
Just trying to kill Thrawn's friends.
They still have Skype on Mandalore.
have you seen the Cyber Nerds interview with Jon Favreau?
No.
I'm not familiar with it. Somebody else said they were watching it as well. And then Sabersmith, I guess no sleep on Wednesdays from now on. Just a reminder for those that weren't here at the very, very beginning. My wife has surgery at 6:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, and that's going to throw off my schedule on the day. I will do my watch party at noon Eastern, so like this time slot tomorrow for Mandalorian Season 3. I'm going to try to stay away from spoilers best I can. I know that it's inevitable that things will be spoiled, but I'm going to try to go in fresh to see it at noon tomorrow, first time. And then I'll watch the Bad Batch in a second live stream after that. So we'll stop the live stream. I'll go take a quick break and then come back, start the next live stream, and we'll do them in two separate ones. We'll go through the predictions, we'll score the predictions, and we'll go through the episodes together. So, yeah. Thank you, Chillmonger. So that's what's going on tomorrow, and so my schedule's going to be way off. Jason, what are you doing as far as watch parties, summaries, recaps? How are you going to manage this?
Yeah, I think we're going to stay up tonight. I think I'm going to stay up and do it tonight for sure because I'm excited that the show's back. But I think after that, I might start just doing the shows in the morning after that because my whole week gets messed up staying up that late, and then I'm like, I don't know if it's worth it or if anything is worth it. So, and people don't watch it until they've already seen it. So they're not going to watch it until the next day anyway. So I think I'm going to start just doing it in the morning.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And
but tonight I'm staying up.
Are you doing one breakdown of both, or are you going to do two separate videos tomorrow?
I'm not going to bother with the Bad Batch, I'm afraid. Because I asked my community what they're interested in, and so few people seem to care about the Bad Batch. And I'm going to be real with you, I might not even watch the Bad Batch tomorrow because I'm limited with time. So I'm definitely doing Mando, and then on Thursday I'll do another Mando video, and then on Friday I'll do another Mando video. And if there's nothing on the weekend, then maybe I'll do the Bad Batch. I'm just being honest. I could lie to you and just be like, oh, yeah, I'll do both. I'm personally not very interested in the Bad Batch at this point.
Fair enough.
I will see it. I will see it. But
yeah,
I
would prefer with future seasons of Bad Batch if they took it down to 8 episodes and made each episode more important with less lesson of the week kind of stuff. Really put them together and make stronger episodes.
I would prefer they not debut 2 shows the same day.
Mm-hmm.
Like give some air in between. And I keep using the term like Mandalorian is going to suck all the oxygen out of the room. That's the best way I can describe it. Like that leaves no air for the Bad Batch to breathe. And there's just it's a good show.
Yeah, from their perspective though, it's I think the beat is set. Like if you're in at this point, you're in, and the drop off has probably already happened. That's probably their logic. I don't know if it's sound or not, but that's probably what they're thinking. But what's so magical about Tuesday at midnight or Wednesday morning, the midnight like drop? Why do they have to do it that way? I think it would be a lot smarter to release those shows on Saturday morning, bring back Saturday morning cartoons or something essentially, on that stuff and do the live action stuff at midnight.
Yeah. Or Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, or Wednesday, Friday. When they first started releasing live or Disney Plus content, it was Friday mornings. Well,
yeah.
do that again. It just, this Wednesday thing, like you said, why they are so tied to the magic sauce of Wednesday makes no sense to me.
Well, they originally changed it because they wanted the ability for websites and content creators and social media to tell people what to watch on the weekend. So they get more, when they do that, they get more word out for the weekend. But honestly, Bad Batch isn't one of those shows. You know, a cartoon,
yeah.
even if it was the best show in the world, a cartoon isn't
right.
one of those things.
Right,
So
I agree with you.
It's like,
I agree.
doesn't really apply.
Dawn says, speaking of puppeteers, she's going to the Elkhart, Indiana, where they make like all the RVs in the United States. Elkhart Comic Con Saturday. She's going to meet David Barclay. Excited since I love the Empire and OT. He was the main puppeteer of Yoda. He's going to be there. If you have any questions you'd like Dawn to ask Dave Barclay when she goes to get the autograph and all of that, hit her up. Let her know what you'd like her to say or ask. What burning questions do you have? That would be great. And I love Mike Porter says, my schedule tonight is I'll go to someone's live stream at 10 p.m. Eastern. Then he'll fall asleep in the middle of the stream. His bladder will wake him up at 12:30, and then he'll continue. That's a life, Mike. I hear everything you're saying there. That's what happens to me about every night too. My bladder wakes me up. Time for a little break. Trucker Mark, good to see you again. He drives over the road, typically out west. Good to see you. Stephen Murphy, director's list for Mando. They seemingly confirmed. Bryce is 6, Lee is 3, Carl 4, Peter is 5, Rick, we already know. Rick's got
And Rachel Morrison is 2, which
Yeah.
he posted in the next comment, which
Oh,
I think
okay.
is really awesome. I'm excited for Peter's episode just because of his Spider-Man work being so formidable.
Yes. Yeah. Jedi Mike. Disagree. Kids watch Bad Batch right away on the phone and other devices. Watch Mando on the big TV. Fair. I don't know. I don't know. I think Grogu will speak or talk in the finale of the season. Trucker Mark, you missed it. We had a big argument with Meg. We told her she's dumb. And she's like, no, you're dumb. And that was basically how that went. But
I was like,
Jason-
speak English. Can you speak English? Can you hear me?
Jason
Said,
and I
yeah.
both think
Said, yeah.
Jason did a very funny impression on his stream yesterday. Do you want to do it and then Sant has to guess?
No.
No,
No,
Fair
let's not
enough.
do it.
I
To
don't
him.
blame
Let's not do it to him.
I don't blame you.
Trucker Mark's in California today. But Mike says, man, my schedule will continue. I'll go back to sleep at 12:45. Bladder wake him up again at 3. He'll stay watch both shows and then fly back to sleep at 5.
I submitted a joke to Mike Porter, and he was like, "It's okay." And it was what was it? What is Rogue Squadron's healthiest food? A wedge salad. Huh? No.
Huh?
No. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Wedge.
Wedge.
You,
Yeah.
you know what you
Okay.
could have said?
Mm-hmm.
Mon calamari.
But wedge. No.
Yeah, but Akbar.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Was another? There was another.
I guess you
man.
could say
Oh.
my joke was
I'm
Rados.
just kidding, Mike.
Just to finish the with Trucker Mark, Jason and I both agreed that Grogu is going to speak, and that we've already heard him in the trailers. Meg thinks we're crazy, and we're hearing things, some sort of mind distortion. We're way too old, and senile. That's basically how that goes.
Yeah, I hear Baby Yoda Grogu saying hello in kind of a baby talk, and then I hear yep as an affirmative yep.
Yeah, we're going to Mandalore. He goes, "Yep," and then
No, he
the other
doesn't.
see, this is how the argument goes. Yes, he does.
Mhm.
No, he doesn't. Yes, he does.
Mm-hmm.
No, he doesn't. So we've got that. I do have a Mike Porter dad joke, by the way.
Yes.
I've got the official
Official.
Mike Porter dad joke. Brought to you by Mike Porter himself. How can Mandalorians see their objectives? By charts, pictures, and Paz Vizsla aids. Oh,
Yeah, you did it again.
like
You did it
visual
again.
aids, Paz Vizsla aids. Very good, Mike Porter. Thank you so much. We love Mike and all he does.
Do you think when Grogu starts talking, he'll be a muchacho guy? Just calls everyone muchacho.
Talks like Baby Herman from Roger
Yeah.
Rabbit. Hey, muchacho.
Yeah, everything's one or two syllable words. You know how Yoda speaks backwards, kind of speak. Grogu will only speak one or two syllable words. Yep. It'd be like one of those really fascinating interviews where somebody comes up with a fantastic question in an interview, and then the person responds, "Yep."
Well, Santa, if that's the case, then Grogu can become a YouTuber because all he needs to say is one word: woke.
Do you
Jason
guys
already
know?
said, "Look what I got.
Oh, that's cool.
I got my official boss bounty patch." That's it. Like friend
Do- do-
Jim sent that to me.
Do you know what your first word was when you were a baby? Parents ever tell
Probably
you?
mom,
No.
mama.
Yeah. Mine was, what's that? No, I'm kidding. What's that?
That sounds about right.
What's that?
That's good.
That's
good.
in line with everything I know about you.
And it was my daughter's too.
Oh, really?
Wait,
Mhm.
seriously?
Yeah. Yeah. No, my not my son. He just kind of like was baby talking around things and then just like started speaking like almost in a day. And then my daughter though, hers was what's that? Or what's that? You know?
No, that's a big word. Once kids learn no, they go through the no phase. That's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Except I'm being completely facetious. It's terrible. The no phase. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It's been a ton of fun, and I can't wait to catch Mando season 3 tomorrow. It's going to be for me later in the day. Yeah. Obsession. My first word was oh,
Oh, good job.
followed by ho ho. It took a little while to get all the way to the triple ho ho ho. That took a
Took you a
little
long
while.
time to get all three hoes.
Mhm.
Yeah, you had to build up to it. You don't have
Yeah,
the
you gotta earn
stamina
it.
right off the bat.
You gotta earn it.
You got to build up the stamina. You can't go straight from 1 to 3. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and can't
times.
wait to talk to you guys again on Friday, and we'll share how this week has gone. All right. Any final words? Any last words of wisdom?
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, you guys. Until next time, my friends. Have a wonderful day, and may the force be with you always. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas. Bye bye.